We all know that career mode has been fading away over the last few years, and without innovation and change, it's hard to see the offline community returning year in, year out to a game mode that was once the heart and soul of the FIFA title. Some of you may already know me, I'm SparringDK and I'm a part of the EA Gamechanger Program. I'm a content creator and FIFA enthusiast, playing the title for nearly 20 years. Career mode has always had a place in my yearly gaming cycle, and since turning to content creation in 2014, I've looked closer and closer at the current career mode changes over the years. What once was the golden goose for EA, it's now taken a back seat to Ultimate Team, and lately it really has lacked innovation and change. Today, I will present to you a concept of a fresh new way to play the game, which will hopefully rejuvenate a game mode that has been neglected for too long. Let's get into it.
It's time to take on the world and write your name in history books of world football. Will you take on the job of one of the world's greatest managers or write your own records in the all-new manager mode? Gain prestige to earn the chance to manage the world's biggest clubs? Where will you go? It's up to you. It's no easy ride. You'll have to earn it.
So we start our manager mode with the manager creation. Create a manager. So you get in here and fully customize the manager the way you want him to look. You give him a name, date of birth, obviously he's going to age through this career mode, height, weight, facial features. Get him looking exactly the way that you want him to. He'll also have the opportunity to pick a default formation, his dynamic tactics, and philosophies. Now, I'll cover these very shortly, but basically you have full control over building your manager. But if you don't want to create your own manager, you can also play as one of the current in-game managers. You want to be the next Pep or the next Klopp? Well, you can. Now, before we get into this new manager mode, I have created a brand new system, and it is based around what we're calling prestige. Now, all managers, clubs, and players will have themselves a prestige or a reputation rating based out of 100, much like your overall or your star selection for your teams. Now, by completing manager objectives, board objectives, gaining trophies in that, your manager will gain a prestige rating over time, and prestige is required to approach new job roles for bigger and better teams. Now, the way we're going to manage job offers now is a new manager free agent system. There's no more job offers coming in where they change here, there, everywhere, and you can only select a job at a certain amount of times. Instead, we've got a job openings, a job vacancies kind of tab. And any team that is looking for a new manager can advertise the job availability with objectives and a salary. You can apply for one of those vacancies at any time, and it may have a positive or negative impact on your career objectives, or even your prestige rating. Loyalty to a club over multiple systems can play in favor with the board. As a more loyal manager, you will have more prestige with the current club and draw favor with the board, which will lead to increased transfer budgets and leniency on season objectives. So if you stay with a club longer, then the prestige rating will help you out, and the board will back you in a lot more, providing you're meeting those objectives. If you transfer to a new club, well, obviously you're a fresh face and they're going to be a lot harder on you. Let's get into a brand new system, dynamic managers. Every manager in the game now has their own game plans, formations, philosophies, and prestige rating. If a manager is fired, they move to the manager free agency list, taking with them their structures. If they are hired by a new team, then that team will change its setup to adapt to the new manager's style of football. This will influence their transfers as they want to change the squad to suit their style of football. Teams and managers both have prestige rating based on history and recent results, which can change up and down through the years of the manager mode career. So for instance, if Manchester United have a prestige rating of 90 out of 100, they will always have a manager with a prestige rating between 80 and 100. This is a stop to, say, a lower league manager taking a big job that they don't deserve. Prestige of the manager and club will also influence transfers. Pogba ain't going transfer to a small club without an extreme amount of money being paid, but may be persuaded to join a more prestigious club for less money due to the opportunity of winning titles and trophies and increasing his own prestige rating. If the dynamic manager system was in play, it could also be utilized in the normal career mode version 2. With the dynamic manager system in play, it will mean no career mode will ever be the same. So let's get started in manager mode. Once your manager is created, he will start with a prestige rating of 0. There will only be a handful of small clubs willing to give you a go as the new manager. You won't be taking on the big Premier League management role straight away. You'll have to learn the prestige rating before you can approach those roles. If you are looking for that kind of career mode, then you would have to just go on and play the old style career mode option, or chosen to play as an existing manager. Select an available club from the job vacancy tab and apply for a job. Check the team objectives because you will need to succeed to increase your prestige if you ever want the big league roles. Once you find a role you like, sign the contract, but keep in mind breaking contracts to sign with a new club can decrease your prestige level and loyalty bonuses. You will have a choice of contract terms and salary, and you may choose to take a reduced salary to get into a bigger role at stages through the manager mode. Now you have your first team, the board will give you objectives to complete, and by completing these objectives, your prestige level will increase, giving you more options in the future or better job offers. As well as job offers being in the manager free agency tab, other teams may approach you through the career to move clubs as well. Your manager career mode will run much the same as a normal career mode you have played before, controlling team transfers, scouting youth, playing games, but with a lot more emphasis on your managerial skills. So let's talk about some new features that I've also come up with. This one is training coaches. Now, training has been scrapped in this style of career mode. Instead, you have the opportunity to hire 3 training coaches. These coaches increase the growth rate of players in their specialist fields. If you hire a goalkeeper coach, all the goalkeepers in your team will grow by a few extra rating per season. If you hire a fitness coach, the whole squad's physical stats will grow a few extra points per season. The manager philosophy which you chose when creating your manager may also influence player growth. If you chose a manager style that concentrates on youth, then players under 21 will grow a little bit quicker. If you chose a defensive style manager, then your team will have a small boost to defensive stats in games. If that's the case, you may not need to hire a defensive coach and so forth. A lot more to think about. Player growth. Let's have a look at player growth. Now, the current system, the player maximum potential, it's been scrapped. Instead, this has been replaced by a minimum potential. Players will grow alongside their natural growth with the new training coaches and also gain stat boosts for game minutes and match day ratings. This will also create the opportunity for greater variation in all career modes. Players also have the ability to learn new positions, play a left back at left midfield for long enough, and that position will be added to their possible positions. If they eventually play more game time at left midfield than left back, it will become their preferred position. Player prestige. Every player in the game manager mode save will also have their own prestige rating. This will go up and down in time, dependent on the clubs they play for and the player performances. A player's prestige rating can also affect their growth. If a player is playing well, their prestige rating will be higher and therefore create a higher value for the player in the transfer window. It can also slow their degeneration as they get older. Rather than the current system where the players hit 30, start dropping in stats, if they're still playing well enough, then their stats will decrease at a slower rate and allow the player to remain in the game for a lot longer. This is also the case for young upcoming stars. They may have a great season, win the Golden Boot or the Golden Glove in a lower league, and this will increase their prestige level, draw a higher price in the transfer window, and also allow for smaller clubs that concentrate on youth to cash in and grow as a club. But in saying that, if they come up into a high team because they got prestige, maybe they won the Golden Boot in League 2 and they absolutely flop, well then their prestige rating will go down, they will become cheaper, and they may find themselves playing again in a lower league. Dynamic stadiums. Now in manager mode, there'll also be the option to use dynamic stadiums for clubs that don't already have a licensed stadium. This could be utilized as a board objective where the board wishes you to increase the capacity of the stadium or relocate to a new stadium. In this scenario, the board may ask you to set aside a percentage of your transfer budget to put towards your stadium upgrades or relocation. Once paid for, a new stand or facility may appear in the stadium in the following year or move you to a brand new stadium. This way, you could start with a small club and grow it into a Champions League team over the years, and the stadium will probably suit the prestige level of your club. With this also could be the control over ticket prices to generate income to upgrade the stadium, transfers, scouts and coaches. Yearly kit changes. At the start of each season, you will need to choose 3 kit designs for the upcoming season. Without affecting the current licensing sponsors or kit manufacturers, they will remain the same through the career mode, but you will have the choice of kits to lock in each year. These might be based on historical kits for the team or a complete color choice with specific styles depending on what the team kit sponsor has, and this will freshen things up constantly, also allowing you to create a third kit if needed for clash matches. Manager Editor. Through the course of the manager mode, you may wish to change the look of your manager. His outfit, formations, tactics, philosophies, and appearance can all be edited in the manager editor. New outfits will become available at certain prestige levels, as well as new tactics. Some of these will be purchasable from the EA catalog. Microtransactions. Now, we all know that if career mode or this new manager mode is to survive in the world of Ultimate Team, then EA needs to make some coin on the side. The manager mode catalog will have items that can be purchased using FIFA points. These are purely cosmetic and do not influence the outcome of the game in any way, but perhaps there are some nice licensed Adidas kits you wish to use for your team or a sleek looking suit for your manager. These won't cost a lot, but just some way for EA to possibly generate some income from the offline mode to hopefully reinvest in the production of career modes. And this could also go for player items such as special boots, hairstyles, tattoos, basically anything that's cosmetic change, much like most of the games we play today. Live Sim. The frustrations of simulating games you should be winning but losing because you have no control are no more. The new live features allows you to watch the game either play by play in a broadcast style from the sideline as manager or a live accelerated field view. You still have the option for the normal quick sim, but with this live sim version you can jump in and take control of the team at any time. A match you think you should win comfortably yet are 1-0 down after 15 minutes, well, jump right in and get in there and win at the blink of an eye. Export Team. So you have spent 10 seasons building your dynasty at some small lower tier club, taken on the world, won the Champions League. What do you do with that save once it's done? Usually, nothing. Maybe a screenshot to show it on social media. Now with the export team option, at any time during a career you can export that current squad, and this can be used in kickoff with your friends or if they come around, or maybe for online friendlies. A great way to keep the attachment to a squad that you've invested so much time into, especially if you have, say, youth academy players that you've grown using the all new systems, and it's a complete new unique experience for everyone. So in summary, I feel that this would be a great way to reinvigorate the offline community and get people playing career mode again. I know it won't happen overnight. In fact, it could take years to get all this up and running. But if the time and resources are invested into this style of game model, it could rejuvenate the game that we really have grown and fallen in love with over time. If this idea does appeal to you, well, something that you would like to play, please do share this video with anyone that you would, suggest this to, and I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm SparringDK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one. This video is powered by Neurotech and their product Clarity. Now you can jump over to their website now, use the discount code DK10 for 10% off your next purchase, and I highly recommend this product. I use it every single day. It increases your energy, your focus, while reducing fatigue and stress. If you want to know how I get out all these videos and keep that work going, this is the product for you. So go and check it out. All the information that you need is on at that website. If you feel like making a purchase, chuck in at that discount code for 10% off. Now, if you are looking for more fresh content to check out, you can click one of these 2 videos. If you feel like subscribing, well, there's a button right there. Make sure you put on that notifications bell, and we'll see you next time.